I don't know if I'll be watching live, to be honest. It might be. I don't know if your mom's going to want me to come, but her, she's Catholic, and they're doing something Saturday night at 7. And if she invites me, I'll go. I hate that WrestleMania is Easter weekend. I hate that. I hope that never happens again.
Yeah, I don't know if they just couldn't get the venue earlier or what, but it's a little crazy. All right, y'all. Welcome in to the third Generation Wrestling Podcast, 3GW here. It is WrestleMania weekend. Uh,
Yeah,
believe it or not, and it's almost the end of April. But yeah, it's well, we're halfway through April, and we still haven't gotten WrestleMania, which is crazy. But here we are. We got to talk about these predictions. Got 16 matches, I think. Would have been 17, but I don't know what they're gonna do with Randy Orton. So I guess we'll see.
I've only heard 13. Okay, I guess you must have got some
Oh wait,
news.
wait, wait, 13. I'm sorry, 6 and 7. My numbers. I'm on 2 hours of sleep, so forgive me,
Okay, okay. Yeah.
forgive me. But I am the real Big E, and he is Rob the Ambassador. How's it going, man?
Man, it's going good. I mean, some of the listeners may have tuned in early and heard me talking about WrestleMania being on Easter weekend. I don't like it, but look, it's WrestleMania, Super Bowl of wrestling. I am psyched about it. I can't wait.
Yeah, the build. You see, I think the build was so rocky this year
Mhm.
because of when it was taking place. They had to stretch all this stuff out. I also think if somebody was present, it would have been a little better too. But hey,
Man, I know dude's busy, but you're going to do this storyline,
right.
and for you to
And you're
just
not around.
to make your last appearance at Elimination Chamber where it all came down, and then we haven't seen you. Yeah, it definitely hurt the build, but I think the late uh, date also hurt because the Elimination Chamber was up March 1st.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're a month and a half. Usually by Elimination Chamber, you have like 4 weeks before Mania. This time we had about 6, and that definitely hurt the build.
hmm hmm But okay, I'm going off what Wikipedia has as far as what's on night one, what's on night two. They did release the matches. Maybe not necessarily they're gonna be in this order, but they did release WWE did the matches that are gonna be on each night. So I'm sure they did that to try to for ticket sales, the last minute tickets, let me people still might want to see night one over night two. Historically, night one has been better than night two since they started doing these 2 night things. So while night two tends to get the bigger match at the end, night one tends to deliver better match quality. That's just how kind of has been. Yeah, I mean you can even say that's for last year too. Maybe it was a little more balanced, but I still think night one was better last year. So,
Yeah, I
all
agree.
right. Without any further ado, because we got a lot to get to, because this is Mania. All right. Now even though there's a lot of matches, this probably still won't take as long because some of these matches, the builds just really haven't been anything to talk about. So, kind of like this one, the New Day, the New Day going up against the War Raiders. Am I glad to see that they're representing finally tag team championships on WrestleMania? Absolutely. But it was like they did this whole thing with Big E, and then they just kept doing the same shtick every week, and there was no payoff. And then, all right, well, we're getting towards Mania, so I guess we got to put y'all on the card. So here you go. Uh, Look, listen, I don't know if Big E will get involved or not. I'm not even going to try to call that because he hasn't made a peep since that whole thing went down. But I am going to say War Raiders retain.
I'm going to say New Day wins. I mean, why not? Um, I like both of these teams, but they both have been around for quite a while. As we all know, the tag team division needs a hell of an infusion of talent. I wish they would just quit with 2 separate tag teams and just.
Yeah, it was better when it was one unified tag team title.
Yeah, because you just don't have enough teams for each show to make it interesting. I mean,
Right.
but I don't want to get long winded. We have a long way to go here. But my prediction is the New Day will win it for, I think it will be their 13th time. Oh, shit. That never happens.
First time for everything.
It's live. We're live, folks. You know we're live.
Now, this match I am interested in to see how this plays out. Uh, these sisters. Woo-hoo. I kind of wish this one had like some kind of stipulation just based on the brutality with the thing that happened with Jade and how they've been fighting. But
You
it's
got to
still
build to it. This is their first match. You got to build to that. Maybe at Backlash or something, but you got to
maybe
build.
yeah, maybe yeah. But I've still enjoyed this. I think they did a great job. I mean, now this is one they got right at Elimination Chamber. Jade coming out, shocked the world. Like so it just started. Like and Jade comes out and just like, oh, this is how this night gonna go. Okay. And beat the brakes off Naomi, and then but I like how they've haven't booked Naomi to be like just so weak against Jade. Like she's gotten some payback on Jade. Cost Jade her first loss against Liv Morgan, matter of fact. Um, and got physical with Jade. So yeah, I think that it's not as one-sided as people would think. And it's tough because you said something just now, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I don't think this is one and done. So I think Naomi's gonna win. I really do. I mean, yeah, people I think it's crazy. Jade Cargill, the first WrestleMania match. Well, technically it's not. She was at WrestleMania last year. It's her first one-on-one. But I think with Naomi being the heel, why not? I think Naomi's gonna win.
That's interesting because we've talked and there's a few matches on this card that are really hard for me to call. I don't really know what my prediction is going to be until we get there. This is one of those matches, but I'm gonna go ahead and go with Jade since this is her first singles match on Mania. Um, I'm gonna say she'll win, but somehow they will keep this feud alive. I don't think it will be like a dominant win on Jade's part. I think this is going to be a physical match and a fun match to watch. I really hope these ladies bring it like I think they can and they're capable of. But yeah, I just have a feeling. I don't know why. I'm going to say Jade.
Okay, okay. Ooh, I just realized there's another art I got to get. Um, so while I get that, now this is probably night one. This is the match I'm most looking forward to. Right here. Where's that? Where is that? Hold on. No, I got it. Here it is. The Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio,
Uh oh.
up against El Grande Americano.
Grande, the big American.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking for. I think this is going to be a show stealer right here. Just right.
Man, I agree. You know, both of these luchas going at it. They're both technically sound. This should be a good one.
Yeah. And you know, Ray's had his time. It's time to to put. I want to say newer talent because Chad's been around too. I mean, I'm sorry,
Uh
El
oh.
Grande Americano, the new talent has to get over. We got to put over new talent.
Yeah,
So
Big E missed. We all
so
know Chad Gable
no no no
is
no
not
no
on the
no.
card. I don't think he's been cleared. A couple of weeks ago on Raw, he still had not been cleared. So yeah, Chad Gable is definitely not wrestling on the card.
No, no, no. And you know what? It's a damn shame
Yeah,
because he's been putting in the work and
yep.
but hey,
It's always next year.
yep. El Grande stepped up for him. So, I am gonna say Mr. Americano will get the victory here in his WrestleMania debut match against the Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I know he's only been around for a short time, but I've really been impressed by El Grande. And even though Ray is one of the all-time greats, I just feel like the momentum is in El Grande's favor, and I think he is going to pull off what some will consider an upset, but not me. El Grande Americano wins.
Yep. Now, I'm curious to know what you think about this match because I don't. I mean, it's not like it's out of the blue, but I'm really. This is one I don't know which way they're gonna go. So, and that's kind of what I want to throw to you first because it's just an interesting dynamic. You got technically you say both are up and coming, but I guess Jacob more so. Uh, and but with his character, I guess why it's difficult for me because of the type of character he is. Does he need a title, so to speak? But you also want him to keep getting over. He's over with the crowd as it is, but you want that to continue. So I don't know. I'm gonna throw to you first on this one.
Man, this is a tough one because you had a good point about Jacob Fatu. I think a lot of people, a lot of bookers, a lot of wrestling execs tend to look at wrestlers like him as more of an attraction, like you said, who don't really need a title to be relevant. Boy, this is one of those matches. I have no way. Yeah, go ahead.
Could uh a monster among men get involved and you know
I think that could happen. I also think that some family members could get involved. And either way, I think it could cause Jacob to lose. But he won't lose because he gets pinned. It will be some sort of disqualification. I know fans don't like that sort of thing, but they want to keep Jacob looking strong. But I don't see him as the title
as a
wearing.
U.S. champ like that
Yeah,
just look weird him walking around with the U.S. title. I don't know.
yeah. I just that picture just doesn't work for me either. I'm going to say that LA Knight retains, but I think he'll take somewhat of a beat down from Jacob Fatu. I think if people were to judge it on a scorecard, Jacob Fatu would win, but I think it will end in some kind of disqualification due to outside interference from, as you said, either the monster among men or uh, Tama and Solo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
uh
I'm really curious to see how the crowd, because we all know LA Knight's over, but we know Jacob is over too. I'm
yeah.
really curious to hear 60,000 people, how the crowd is going to be split between the two. That is going to be very interesting.
It is because they are, like you said, as much as they love LA and they still chant for him, but Jacob's that new thing and he does that moonsault and they just want to keep doing it and keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, we got to get to it one way or another.
Well, wait, what's your prediction?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna go LA Knight. I don't, like I said, I don't think that Jacob needs it. I don't think he just wouldn't look right with a title, especially that one. Uh, I don't know. It would just kind of take away from the way he cuts his promos and everything. Having a total around the bill. I don't know. I just don't think it would work that way. And plus, he's a heel. Heels don't only win in Mania. So yeah, I'm gonna go LA Knight. All right. Now,
Hmm.
this has been a product of a lot of controversy this WrestleMania season here. Uh, and I didn't think this match would have any issues. I thought for sure, like it's a home run to have these two have a match, but it has been nothing but tough sledding, a rocky, bumpy ass, hard ass road to get to this match.
Hmm.
And I mean, we kind of already touched on the turmoil with Charlotte and all that stuff, but I just hope that when the bell rings, these two can get in there and do work. And if these two get in there and do work, the match will be fantastic. But Tiffany's extremely athletic and young, and we all know what Charlotte can do. I just don't want them to have another Charlotte Nia incident. Obviously, Tiffany's not Nia, so it's not going to be like bad. But we don't want the match to go off the rails, and I know a lot of people are worried about that happening.
Yeah.
So, put whatever you got to the side and just work the match, and I think it could be good. Now, that being said, this is very hard to predict because you got the new up and coming champ. Kind of seen this before with Rhea going up against Charlotte, and I want to say if this makes any sense. Tiffany is, I think, further along than Rhea was when she faced Charlotte. I think she has more of an identity who she is. But however, she's not quite there yet when it comes to promos. That still needs to be worked on. But in the ring, bell to bell, I ain't gonna complain about Tiffany Stratton. I mean, she already has the Tiffy time. Everybody knows all that stuff, but you really got to be able to dial it in when it comes to cutting that promo. But outside of that, I think she is further along because Rhea wasn't setting the world on fire either when she was going up against Charlotte for the NXT title. So I'm gonna say Tiffy. I'm gonna say Tiffy retains. Charlotte doesn't need it. And to me, I don't really see the point in her winning. She doesn't need to win at WrestleMania. She's won so many times. Yeah, will she eventually one day break her father's record? Probably, but I don't see that needing to be the case now. I don't.
Tough one. As you said, Charlotte doesn't need it. She is a made woman, Hall of Famer. This buildup has been shaky. And, I love Charlotte. Everybody knows that. It was a few years ago, I was saying Charlotte was the best wrestler in the world. I stand by that at that time. Of course, not now. But at that time, I stand by the fact that she was. She's still one of the best. My worry is she has a lot of personal things going on, and I hope she can put those aside because, like you said, if these two ladies just go in and work, this could be one of the best matches of the weekend. They are both extremely talented. It should be great. I am rooting for Charlotte, but I do like Tiffy. And I think WWE, look, you have this fresh face, and maybe you need to move towards that. Maybe you need to establish some of this younger talent as the future of the company. And the way to do that is to have them win in big spots. So from that perspective, Tiffy should win, but I don't think that's the way they're going to go. I think Charlotte's going to win. I know people won't like it. People will hate it, but you know what? She's a heel, so that all fits right in. Tiffy's young. She'll come back, like you said. There's things she still needs to work on. I always think it's not a good idea to get. I know there are sometimes you want to strap a rocket to someone's back, but once you've reached the pinnacle, I mean, you can't go higher than the pinnacle.
Right.
So sometimes I think that's a mistake. But I think that Tiffy is talented enough where this loss won't hurt her. She will be champion again multiple times. She's young, but I'm going to say Charlotte gets over. I had his ass in the crate and I didn't lock it, and he just pushed the door open.
Ugh.
I don't know if you can hear him, but yeah, dog's just barking for no damn reason.
All right.
Maybe if I get him in my lap. Say what's up, Sonny. For those who haven't met you already, this is my Yorkie
Oh yeah.
son. My wife and I's Yorkie. All right, here we go. Sit your ass down, son.
You know people love dogs, so it's no issue.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, it's not going to be the main event, but got main event Jey Uso going against the Ring General Gunta. I'm gonna guess that's gonna open the show. Uh, Probably if you're not last, go first. That kind of thing. Um, And I'm gonna be short and sweet on this one. I think if they don't put the belt on Jay, this was kind of a waste. Um, because then what does he do after this? Um, Gunther, he established himself when he was in the Continental Champions. Uh, it kind of hurt Gunther with this because since Rumble, he hasn't really had anybody else to feud with, so he kind of been stuck as champ with no matches. And oh, he had some matches, but nothing like of consequence. So it's just been a weird title run, so to speak. And the length he wanted that, but because he had it since what SummerSlam, so yeah, yeah, Jay win the Rumble. He had him cut that promo. He bloodied the hell out of Jimmy. I'd be shocked if Jay didn't win, so I'm gonna go with Jay.
I'm gonna make this short and sweet. This is the only one I think is a slam dunk. Jay gets over in what I think will be a physical match. I think Gunther's going to slap the shit out of Jay, but Jay is going to get over. The crowd will pop. It'll be great. But this is the only one I feel 100% sure about. Jay wins.
All right, and what the actual main event will be is a triple threat match. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns with absolutely positively nothing on the line. Just a triple threat match.
Well, I think there's something on the line in the fact that whoever wins this match has to be number one contender for one of the world championships.
But they haven't even put that out there. It's just we
Well,
just
no,
got a triple threat match.
you don't really have to. Look at these three guys. Look who's in the ring. You don't really have to announce that.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but it's because it's Mania. It's like, when the last time you had a triple threat match with no stakes? Like there was always been stakes.
Man, I don't think they even.
Unless it was no, that's stakes too. Because usually you have them for like elimination chamber to get into the chamber. You got to win the triple threat. So yeah, even those are stakes. I mean, it's just they're
But
just.
every match can't have stakes though. Sometimes you got three of the top guys in the company going at it, three solid wrestlers, and you know they're in the championship picture. You know whoever wins it is going to be probably the next challenger for either Cody, Cena, or Jay or Gunther if he hangs on.
Yeah. Um, so, I really don't know how this is gonna go. Um, but we're here to do predictions. So, Paul Heyman in CM Punk's corner, no longer with Roman Reigns, and then Seth Rollins, quote unquote, says he has a favor. That Paul Heyman owes him a favor now for not stomping him the other week. So I don't know with all this shit, man. Um, but I'm gonna just go with the home team right here. I'm just gonna go CM Punk is gonna win somehow, some way. First time main event WrestleMania. He missed WrestleMania last year, so yeah, I'm gonna say Punk.
Yeah, next to Gunther and Jay, this is the one I feel pretty confident about. I think CM Punk gets over. Uh, Reigns has had a long run. He had the longest run, one of the longest runs in history as champion. So I don't think there's any rush to put the title back on him. Seth, while he's still a main eventer, I don't really see him as a champion at this point. I think he will be sometime in the future. He always creates a great character, but it's CM Punk's time. They got him in the main event. I just hope they don't overthink it with this whole Heyman thing and get the match all convoluted. I still want to see good wrestling. I don't want to see a lot of drama between Heyman and the wrestlers. I know there's bound to be some. It's part of the storyline, but just don't overdo it with that. Let these guys go. But I do think Punk gets over, and then he will be number one contender for one of the world championships.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think that match has potential to have a lot of shenanigans. I don't even know what those shenanigans would be, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. Now let's get into night two. Um, and I gotta say, I think I am more interested in matches on night one. So if that whatever that's worth. I'm just gonna put that out there. Okay. Got the women's tag team championship match. Lyra Valkyrie and Bailey versus Liv Morgan and uh why am I blanking on her name?
Raquel
Gail
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, yeah. Uh mm, honestly don't care. This shit got thrown together at the last minute.
Yeah,
Makeshift tag team, but I'm gonna say Liv and Raquel retain. I don't really see a reason to take it off of them. It's just a match that we had to get these at least three of these four women on the card. I'm still not sold on Lyra. That's just me. But yeah, I'm gonna say champs retain.
man, I'm gonna make this quick. I think the champs retain. A couple of weeks ago on Raw, Bailey wrestled Lyra and kind of took a quick heel turn. Felt some kind of way when Lyra beat her. But then, of course, they hugged it out. Everything was fine. Now they're tag team partners. Well, I don't think they did that for no reason. I think they planted that seed because at Mania, we're going to see Bailey probably get pissed at Lyra again and then complete the heel turn as a result of their loss to Liv and Raquel.
Okay. All right, so a lot of pictures I got here. Okay. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Street fight, at least. So at least we got that kind of stipulation. That's like the only match on Mania with stipulation. It's crazy. Uh, I think this will be for night two. It has potential to be a show stealer, I guess. Um, but with all the L's that Drew McIntyre has taken over last year, I think this is his time to shine, and it'll be a brutal match, and we'll see some cool stuff from Damian. But I think Drew, at the end of the day, will get the W here, especially what took place last year. So yeah, I think he'll get a convincing win, and that'll be it.
Man, I'm going to agree. Drew has to get over in a big way on one of these cards, and not have somebody come in and spoil it. You know,
Right.
he finally just has to walk away with a big win, and I'm going to agree that it happens Sunday night. Drew wins.
Yep. Maybe even get some color in that one. Maybe.
Yeah, what is Sin City Street Fight, right?
I guess that's what's going.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they're calling that one.
All right. Oh man, I really have nothing to add to this shit. I don't even know. I forgot this was even on the card. AJ Styles and Logan Paul. I think it'll be great. We got two great athletes.
Mhm. I agree.
You know, Stuntman met the Maverick, and AJ still getting around pretty good for his age. I mean, so I think yeah, the match will be good. Um, I'll say AJ Styles. He lost last year. He's kind of been losing the Mania recently. Logan's also an attraction. He's not on Raw every week. You know, he said he's gonna be around more. He's been around less as well. So, uh, you know, I'll say AJ wins. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna say AJ.
No, man, I pretty much agree 100% with everything you said. AJ really needs the win. I don't know how much time he has left in the business, but uh, Logan has more than gotten his shine, and he'll continue to get it. He deserves it, and he's great in the ring. I think this match could be epic. If both of these guys bring it like we've seen them bring it in the past, it'll be awesome. But I do think AJ will school the young man. AJ is one of the best in the business, even at this age, and I think he wins.
And this one also should be fun. Fatal four way, Intercontinental Championship. Braun gonna be breaking people in half. Damian Priest, I mean not Damian Priest, geez, Dominic Mysterio. Again, 2 hours sleep, people. Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, Penta, and Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. I think we kind of touched on this in the group chat. Uh, I honestly think this is finally the time, and the crowd's turning with has made a turn with Dirty Dom. So I'm gonna go with Dirty Dom walking out of Mania with the IC title. It's time. He's put in
It
the work. It's
it
time.
it is time. It's going to be Dom. I feel good about this one. I'm curious to see if the crowd will actually uh, cheer Dom or if we'll hear the loudest boo we have ever heard at WrestleMania. It's gonna. I'm going to be curious about this one. But man, this could be a fun one. We know Penta can work, Finn can work, Breaker does what he does. Dom's a good worker, so this has some potential to it as well. But man, I think Dom is going to get over in this one, and I can't wait to see the crowd response.
Yeah, yeah. When they were chanting, what were they chanting last week? Uh, some they were chanting for Dominic, and it was just like, what is happening right now? Twilight Zone?
Yeah, what world are we living in? What's going on?
Yeah, he wasn't getting. I mean, it did turn to them booing him again, but it was just like, hmm. I mean, you can only boo somebody for so long before they eventually turn face. It's kind of how that goes. Okay. Yeah, this was another some with these women's matches outside of Jade and Bianca. These women's matches they took the hardest route possible to get to WrestleMania. I tell you,
Mm.
and this one really, I think they were trying to do too much because I think they're planting the seeds for certain someone turn heel. So they're trying to do a little too much, but if you can't turn real, people love EO, so somebody's got to be the bad guy or bad girl. So triple threat match for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. I think it'll be great. I think it'll be a fantastic match. These three can't go wrong. But I'm gonna say EO retains. I don't really see a point to put it back on either one of these two. Let them chase. The thrill is always in the chase, especially if you're gonna turn Bianca heel. Um, you hot shot the title, almost took it off Rhea. She didn't have it for 30 days after she won at the first after that Netflix debut. Yeah, let EO run with it. Let her have a longer title reign. People love EO, and the win would really catapult her. We're talking about elevating talent. Like that's both these two women have won at WrestleMania multiple times, so they don't need it. EO needs it.
Man, I agree, and I want Io to win it. I think she deserves it. The way she has, the crowd has really. I know the crowd has. People have really liked Io, but she has really gotten the crowd behind her. You can tell she's worked on her English, and she's just been able to communicate and engage the crowd in a way she really wasn't before. They are really behind her. So I agree. I hope they let her run with it for a little longer. Let her have this shine. Rhea and Bianca have both had theirs, and they'll have it again. But let Io have it. Uh, I think Io wins, and I hope she does.
Yeah, same. Well, we have finally made it to the main, quote unquote, main event, the main attraction of WrestleMania 41. John Cena, or heel John Cena
You got to say heel first.
versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Now, I'm not gonna make up history here. I had said John Cena was walking out of Mania champ months ago, or a month ago, when a month and a half ago at the Chamber. You're gonna have The Rock and Travis Scott in your corner. There's no way. Just having The Rock, period. But that has not been the case, as we have not seen Mr. Johnson since March 1st. Nothing. Haven't, outside of his normal IG posts, workouts and stuff, nothing WWE related.
Crickets.
And then every week, John Cena would come out, run the crowd down. Cody would come out, run him down, and then even the last time they saw each other, he came with the crossroads. It's like, what are we doing? Like John Cena doesn't even seem formidable at this point. So and then just full transparency, they don't even know what The Rock's going to be at WrestleMania. We don't know. Could they be keeping it all hush hush for surprise factor, all that? Of course. But you can't have The Rock as part of the turn and then he doesn't come back at all. I just the way things were handled, I don't care for. So
Me neither.
that being said, like I said, I double, triple down that Cena was gonna walk out and break the record and all that. They haven't even mentioned the record, barely. Cody's mentioned it, he hasn't. Which is wild. So I'm gonna say Cody retains at this point. I mean, yeah, could Cena still win and go on this heel run as champ for the one last time? Of course, but I'm just not convinced. I was, but now I'm kind of like, what's the point? Especially when I don't know, man. I just hate the way that first promo. After John Cena cut that first promo, I was out. I was out. Oh.
Man, I had hope because, like you, it's funny because when I read the internet, everybody loved that promo. I hated it. I just thought John Cena sounded whiny, like a little boy, blaming the crowd. Oh, you did this. That's weak. I mean, he's better. Look, say what you want to about Cena. Dude can deliver a promo, and this was probably his most anticipated promo of his career, and that's what we get. And it hasn't gotten any better. That first promo, Cody came out, said you called him a bitch. He was right. And then the second or third time they get together, he leaves Cena laying in the ring on his back after the crossroads. Just Cena just looking just weaker and weaker every time they come together. Tough one to call. Tough one to call. We know Cena is not done after this match. He's going to go to the end of the year. But I'm going to say Cena wins and breaks Flair's record. I think WWE wants Cena to have that record because he's a WWE guy through and through. No disrespect to Flair. The record isn't the same. When Flair won that title, he won the same belt 14 times. And then he won 2 titles in WWE. No one will ever do a feat like that. And I've said this, when you've got one organization with 2 world titles, it's pretty easy to get to 17. I think Randy Orton's at 13 now. I think Triple H is at 14. Charlotte's at like 12, 13. It's hard when you got 2 titles to hand out to everybody, easy to do. So, and of course, Flair's my goat, so of course that's part of my reason for saying that as well. But it's true nonetheless. But I am going to say Cena gets over and he breaks Flair's record. He gets 17. And Cody's reign is over after a year.
And you could be right. I mean, I'm not even here to argue it.
Oh no, it's not about. Look, I'm not saying I'm right. That's just my
No,
prediction.
no, no, yeah, but no, I'm just it's more of I'm disappointed
Oh,
because I would have, as much as I'm not a Cena fan, but for wrestling, I guess for wrestling sense purposes, I would have been along for that ride with him, with the Rock in the corner, the bosses in the corner. Like that's impossible odds. Like how do you overcome that? And there's all this talk about Stone Cold coming back to help Cody and all that. Like all that's intriguing, but That's the promo you cut. All he had to say was, "I want 17. I want on my last run." Yes, yes, I went to The Rock to get it because I have been missing a step. I have not won a match in X amount of years, one on one. So yeah, I'm doing whatever it takes. But no, we gonna run down the crowd. I'm with you. Like that was the dumbest, laziest bitch made promo that's been cut since I don't know when. So yeah, that just took me out of the interest of seeing it. So that's kind of where my prediction comes from.
And man, I understand that. I'm disappointed too. Now look, we still have SmackDown. Now I don't know if Cena is scheduled, him and I would imagine him and Cody both are scheduled for SmackDown. It's in Vegas and it's 2 nights before their match. I would imagine all hands on deck in Vegas. So we should see them both now. Whether the final boss will be there or not, I don't know. But damn it, if he is in town, they need to do something. We need to see the final boss before the match. Because yeah, and I won't keep going on because we're at the last match here, so we can shut this thing down. But on March 1st, you had one of the most talked about events in wrestling history. And what have you done with it? Everything that's happened since then has been a huge letdown. And it's taken this, and then with the distance between that event and then the late Mania date, the steam has really kind of gone out of the match for me. What should be one of the biggest main events in WrestleMania history for me is just it's kind of like meh at this point. I mean, I still want to see it, but it doesn't have the intrigue that it had on March 1st. It's lost a lot of it. But maybe they can do something on SmackDown. Maybe the match can deliver and they can make up for it.
Maybe. I mean, this match will get all the pomp and circumstance. I guarantee you that. But hey, I we wait and see. We wait and see. We find
We'll
out.
be watching, and they know that. That's
Right.
why they gave us this weak ass build up. The heel Cena versus Cody Rhodes. They know we're going to watch, and I just feel like they got lazy with it.
Yeah. So well, let us know what y'all think. Try to get through this as quickly and painlessly as possible. There's a lot of matches. We used to doing 4 matches. Now this is 13, you know. Oh, and hell, we don't know what they're gonna do with Randy. They might last minute on SmackDown do something with him and Solo, him and Nick Aldis. I don't know. They might.
Man, you
Uh,
gotta have you gotta have the Apex Predator on the card. You got to.
yeah. So we'll see. Again, we'll see. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you all think, what you all thoughts are. Are you looking forward to WrestleMania? I know, like I said, it's been a long ass build. This has been, whew, it's almost May, and then Backlash next month in St. Louis. So yeah, you never know.
I mentioned that a while
I
back,
looked at the
man.
tickets. I ain't going to
I'm,
that.
I mentioned that a while back,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess I just forgot because look how long it's been since
right?
the last event.
Right.
But yeah, I looked at those tickets. I'm like, oh hell no! I paid that money for the Rumble. I ain't doing it this time.
Shit, man, I'm telling you, WWE. Like, hey, SmackDown's coming to town now. They releasing some limited seat tickets, some limited view tickets for $50. They might get my $50, but outside of that, the cheapest seats are like $100 after fees, and I'm not paying $100 to. I mean, I'll watch the shit at home. I'd rather go see UFC, which is the next night.
Oh, in St. Louis?
No, man, we got on May 2nd. We've got Friday Night SmackDown. Saturday, May 3rd, we've got UFC Fight Night
Oh,
at Wells Fargo Arena. Yep,
there. Oh, okay.
they're in Des Moines here. Yep, first time
Oh, okay.
UFC's been in Des Moines. I've seen a UFC show before in Chicago, but there's never been one here in Des Moines.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna get on the pot here, y'all. Uh, This is going on long enough, but like I said, let us know. The post show, unfortunately, will not be immediately following like it has been traditionally. My schedule did not agree with WrestleMania this year, so
Mhm.
I'll be watching from work on the phone most likely, and then you know, uh, when I get Monday, Tuesday off, I'll watch it back on the bigger TV, but it won't be the same. So yeah, WrestleMania is going to be pretty different, but hey, it is what it is. So it'll the post with the only good thing is we'll do one post show, and it'll be sometime during the week, so we can get all the guys on here because WrestleMania, we have to have everybody. Okay, that's the one. It's the one show a year where I say, yeah, everybody's got to be here, and that's non-negotiable. So, all right, y'all. So, take care. Enjoy WrestleMania weekend. Um, thank you all 793 of you all. Let's get those last seven till we can get to that 800.
Let's
Just
go.
seven more, you know. But yeah, that's all I got. Rob, go ahead.
Well, look, we just love and appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you're looking forward to WrestleMania like we're looking forward to WrestleMania. We are also looking forward to getting to 800 subscribers. So please, if you're out there and you've got some friends, if you've got 7 friends,
Right.
tell them about us. Have them subscribe. Check us out. Let's keep growing this show. And we can't do it without all of you. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Take care, and we'll speak to y'all again next week. We do our WrestleMania post show. And then of course the game streams. So take care, y'all.